How to learn part two, benchmarking. In our last video, we talked about the lab stack or the learning and benchmarking stack and how you could use that process to effectively learn new information quickly. I talked about some steps you could take while you were learning to help you learn better. Now we'll talk about benchmarking, which is a whole nother thing. When it comes to benchmarking the new knowledge you just learned, just like with learning, you have about a good 30 to 45 minutes of peak mental capacity to practice the knowledge you just learned before your brain goes off rails. So set a timer. This helps you stay locked in for the duration of what you want to test yourself on. I've taken various dance, martial arts, and fitness classes over the past few years. And the one thing I've noticed is even though they teach different subjects, they all follow the same trend, which is reinforcement. They teach you a concept, and then after a short break, they go back and reinforce that concept, which is the benchmarking part. They test your knowledge of what you just learned. So after you learn, you should give yourself a short break and then immediately test what you just learned. That can either be trying to deploy a network if you were trying to do some networking knowledge. That could be setting up a virtual machine if you just learned what virtual machines were. That could be creating a function in Python if you just learned what functions in Python are. And this doesn't just apply to technical concepts or dance concepts. It seems to apply to life in general. If there's something you want to learn, you get far more benefit from doing practical attempts at that thing than you do from just reading theory. Something else to keep in mind when it comes to at least self-learning is honesty in your benchmarking of yourself. If you set a benchmark to set up a server and you don't get the server set up, be honest with yourself that you lack knowledge and go back and learn some more. Obviously, you're lacking fundamental information or fundamental understanding. This doesn't really apply too much if you have someone teaching you, because if you have a good teacher, they'll call you out on your BS. The last most important part of this stack is loop until you don't think anymore. This entire process is pretty simple, but some of the hardest things in life seem pretty simple at first. And this, where you loop until you don't think about the process anymore, is the most important, and it takes the most time. To truly master something, you must move it past the conscious mind where you're thinking about it to the subconscious mind to where it happens almost automatically. And that is it for a simple explanation of the lab stack or learning and benchmarking stack. If you'd like to get a detailed explanation of this, please subscribe on my YouTube channel where video is incoming. Otherwise, thank you for watching. Stay blessed, boys. I'll see y'all next time.